morning, gamers and gentle squids! Splatfest time! Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Love me a good samba beat. Go, go, go. Shiver, Fry, and Big Man! Oh, nice work, Water! Give me stuff. Excuse me. Oh, he's going after Nick. That's cute. A lot of good. Lot of good team pictures. I'm just, scrolling through some stuff real quick. I should probably go ahead and... No, that's fine. I was like, who is... What do I have right now? Got... As far as shit I did well with... I'm gonna try the squeezer. Let's get time to get some clout! Matching's taken a little bit. I like this shade of green. It's a nice minty. Minty. I like it. I like mint. I like how it's the symbol and not strictly the name of the team. That's cool. I love this shade of green! It's so nice! Also, I've always been a huge fan of the, Splatfest glowing ink. That's what I like about the squeezer. Optional long range! are you? Where are you? Who are you? Where'd you go? And that's what I love about it. I'm out of ink. I'm dead. Thank you. I guess your name is Fox Ink, the guy on my team? I might go Dynamo. Right now I'm just kind of fiddling. Because I was doing some ticket grinding. Not very good with a squeezer, huh? Ouch. At least I died on the ink-proof tarp. I'm not feeling Squeezer. I know I went Squeezer in Turf Wars a couple days ago, but now, like, that's the thing. That's the kicker. Everyone's in Turf War. There's no ranked to keep the ranked enthusiasts busy. I'm gonna go Sploosh. Not sure if this set of abilities is all that good. Good. I'm gonna keep the hat on, because I added last-ditch effort to that. Sploosh is very short range. It's got good, like, ink coverage, and it deals solid damage, which you have to get way up in people's faces. Luckily, I'm halfway decent at getting up in people's faces. Also, melee special. And one that lets you go fast. There we go. There we go. Now we're on it. Hello, Team Water. Ooh, that's a nice shade of blue. I like it. Looking good, Team Water. Now it's time for the best Splatfest theme. Ba-da-da-da. I want the gibberish hiragana lyrics that come in the book. I want them right now. I want to sing along, and I want to know the lyrics. Ah! Here I come! Ouch. I get... Yep. I got Trizuka, I think. I don't think it counted as Trizuka, but that's what it felt like. Ba-da-ba-da! Ouch. I need my ink. Might need to add ink recovery up to my shirt. Ah! 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 It doesn't stop! Hi. Hello. I'm coming for you. Maybe not the sploosh. Maybe I should go arrow spray. I tend to work best with splash, but I don't like splashes special in this. So I'm waiting for the Neo Splash. I'm gonna double check. I might go N-Zap. Can't go wrong with a Tacticooler. I might try Dynamo after this. If I keep sucking like this, then I mean, if I keep sucking like this, I'm gonna keep sucking. Well, they left this completely untouched. What do you... What? Ouch. How do I get to Splatfest? You open the game. You open the game and you go to the little kiosk, where you pick your team and you pick a team and then you play. Hello! Welcome to the stream. Also, like, Splatfest varies by region, I think. So, it started at, I think it started at 6 p.m. my time. The Eastern Standard Time. But... yeah. I get a new Pokemon. I love all the new leaked ones. I've avoided leaks for the most part, and I would like to continue doing so, but I've seen a couple for a hot second, and they look kind of like blurry trail cam photos of Bigfoot, and I like what I see so far. And I think that's the kind of Pokemon spoilers that I'm happy to know about for now. I'll do the Shaw machine, why not? Splatfest only for tonight. I think the Splatfest runs for either 24 or 48 hours. Yeah, I think it usually runs for 48 hours in Splat 3. And what it does is... I'm getting lots of titles, that's nice. What it does is, you do it for 24 hours, and then there's halftime, and then after halftime, tricolor matches unlock so we can slaughter the winning team. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and... Pushing all the wrong buttons! I'm gonna go talk to Merch. So, it started tonight, and it's likely to run until either Saturday or Sunday night. Add abilities. Do it! Oh, right! He gives me a discount on the fucking inks, the chunks for putting abilities into your Splatfest tee. I like that. Oh, here comes Big Man. I'm a little inconsistent about whether I actually want to spam specials, because I really don't like the specials that are available on most weapons these days. So I think I'm gonna swap it out for... Yeah. Oh, that's a cute picture of Sprigatito. Look at that kitty. That's good. Oh, that's good. That's good. I love that. It also helps that Slowpoke is a water type. That's cute. Equip. I wanted to swap out weapons. Do I want to try get funky with it? Or do I want to... What the fuck, you're so goated, you're making me look bad. Oh, thank you. I've been playing Splatoon for a long time because that's right. So Splash is still good because Crab Tank is good. I'm still gonna try Dynamo for a bit. For a hot second! It's not that the specials are strictly bad, it's that they're so different from previous games. And they're not combined with the weapons I like to use them with. That, ooh, excuse me, that I just can't get a feel for them. I'm starting to warm up to Crab Tank, though. I don't like the mobility drop you get with Crab Tank, but, it's a decent trade-off for the sheer firepower. The Octo headphones. The Octo headphones are very good. I have maxed out my star power on my Octophones. I'm not wearing them tonight because... I usually wear them with a typically more red ensemble, and I can't do that while I am wearing my Splatfest tee. I mean, I could put on my headphones and my shoes, and they would match well with my, my stuff. Booyah back. Always booyah back. Ink base nerds. I'm doing it. I'm inking base. Whoa. I don't know where my teammates are. There's you. Oh, crab. I'm getting crabbed. Oh, I'm getting crabbed. Ah, still getting crabbed. I don't know where to put these. I'm just here to fucking roll. I was playing a couple days ago, only won 3 rounds out of 20. Not a good day. Understandable. And also, like, Splatoon is definitely one of those things you have to, like, feel your way into a good weapon. And, like, I'm still doing that. I have to do that. Like, I know how to play the game, and I can do some decently fancy footwork. But, that's mostly what has stuck around. Because everything gets rebalanced every new game. Gonna do stuff that way. I've been using my sprinkler! No wonder I'm sucking. Still like the Gluga Dualies. The Gluga Dualies are pretty good. I haven't tried them in ranked yet. I want to do that. Ah! A fellow tactic cooler user! Hi. Ah! That's what I like. That's what I like Dynamo for. One thing for sure is I need to use my sub weapon a lot more. Same. It's so easy to forget about it. Unless it's really good, and then it's really easy to overuse it. I'm gonna try another match with Dynamo before I completely call it quits. But I might go ahead and just switch back to something... one of my reliable go-tos, like the Splash or the Carbon Roller. That's a pretty narrow loss. We almost had him. Probably could have solved it by putting down a sprinkler. But I didn't, because I'm stupid. Come on. Y'all know how it is. Give me that sweet, sweet clout. Hell yeah. That person's name is absolutely supposed to be Big Bitch. They just used the little asterisk to get around the censors. So it's Big Itch. I respect that. I can respect a funny workaround. And do that. I think this. No, that's tarp. Ah! Cracking open a cold one with the boys. Hi, Carbon Roller. Ouch. Hello, Bingus! Yeah! We got him! Ladies and gentlemen, we got him! Good. Hide on top of this thing. Hiding on something filled with goo. One of my favorite songs from the first game. Well, so much for cracking open a cold one, huh? At least they've, like, fully acknowledged that the, Dynamo Roller is a support weapon. I really don't think anything's gonna beat, the first game's combination of Gold Dynamo Roller and Ink Strike. Ouch. You're up against something tanky, Dynamo Roller, the Swift always win. Yeah. I'm usually a carbon roller main, and I just stopped because the Zipcaster bothered me that much. Ouch. Did I get refluxed? I did! One of the big things is that Dynamo Roller does not actually make you tanky. You have to set up your gear to do that for you. I really liked the end zap in the last game. I got really into using it. But, the end zap in this game is another tacticooler. You're gonna play New Sonic? Later. I don't really know when to slot that into my schedule. Pokémon comes out next Friday, like a week from today, and that's kind of a huge deal. I'm actually gonna, like, I don't think I'm gonna play anything on Monday. I'm gonna run with, working on, like, the series thumbnail art for my Pokemon Violet playthrough. And then just, like, turn it into a new permanent series. And I think I might also be playing it on Mondays, too. Because it definitely, like, when I really get into a new game, I play it day after day after day. And with Pokemon, there's really not much you can do with the story. Like, you can't advance much. I would have to, like, curb my enthusiasm for beating the story until I can play it on stream. And, which means I'm gonna need to be streaming a lot, and since I'm going to be streaming for generally shorter intervals, in the coming months, due to, haha, new job, yeah, I'm just, like, thinking through the logistics. Like, I don't think I'm gonna do the Breath of the Wild Master Quest this month. I think I'm just gonna put that off, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's a cool idea, but if I don't get to it until next year or 5 years from now, like, it's gonna be, like, Tears of the Kingdom is gonna be out, and I expect that to be just as big a game as Breath of the Wild, which means there goes 300 hours of my life, and would be cool to get some of that on stream, which means, like, a Breath of the Wild Master Quest would be kind of redundant. You know how it is. Just thinking, I just was testing out the gun, and I forgot to start matchmaking. Ash is champion now. The stream, I was just curious if I could play it. I've been on my wishlist for Christmas. Speaking of Pokemon, did you see the recent hype regarding Ash? So I don't keep up with the Pokemon anime. Didn't Ash get his championship in Alola? I thought that was old news. When Ash, like, finally beats a league. I thought that was, like, a year ago or something. Did it, like, finally get dubbed into English? And, like, the initial wave of hype was when the episode was first released to Japan? I do not keep up with whatever the Pokemon anime is doing, so I never hear anything about whatever Ash is doing. I just vaguely keep an ear out for official game announcements. Good for Ash, though. About time he becomes champion. I wasn't asking for you to stream it, I was just kind of curious if you're gonna play it. I am going to play Sonic Frontiers, it looks really fucking cool. But one of the things I was considering for that is, saving it until after I've played a ton of other Sonic games. So the idea for that would be to crack open, my copy of, Sonic Mega Collection and start at the very beginning and play them in, like, order. Because that could be fun. It could also be a pain in the ass. We'll see. I very much play shit by ear on this channel, which is fun, it's fine. I, like, have stuff planned. But, I do have kind of the entire first quarter of next year, kind of sort of planned out. Not down to the day, but definitely, like, a number of games that I'm prepping to play. So that's gonna be fun. So if I do go full Sonic, it might not be until, like, summer, after summer 2023. We'll see. And get a feel for it. Ah! I got angle shot. Whoa! Should I get Ninja Squid? I feel like I would benefit from Ninja Squid. I can't get Ninja Squid, I'm wearing a Splatfest tee. But that does mean that nobody can get Ninja Squid. Ow! It's, World Champion at a tournament with all the champions in the regions, and Ash won. Been a long Pokemon player said that Ash was never gonna win a championship. Yeah, because he, like, took... It's cool that they had a tournament arc and they finally had their protagonist win, because before, like, he would never get to be champion, and it's about damn time that he does what every other game protagonist got to do. Fuck you, Octobrush! I'm not... I knew I said I was gonna throw on Team Grass just to make sure Shiver didn't win again, but at this point I'm not even throwing on purpose. Like, this is just me sucking. I'm definitely going Splash after this. This is a travesty. Either that or my teammates suck. Na, 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 na. I'm as good as dead. My ass is grass tonight. Ah! So yeah, I don't know if I want to play Sonic Frontiers sooner rather than later. Like, Frontiers being new, it doesn't necessarily have to slot into me playing a whole bunch of retro games in a row. Because eventually I'll get to a point in the series where we'll get to games that I do not have and have never played, like the Wii and 360 era games. Which would be a little strange, so it would probably just be like, I would say shit like Adventure 2 for after Mega Collection and whatever I can get out of Gems Collection. Or going Splash. Ooh, I got a skateboard! Okay. Get back onto one of my mainstays. I accidentally, beat the village section of Monster Hunter Rise off stream. I started playing a bunch of it, and, this main story ended a lot sooner than I expected. There was like, yeah, the rampage is here. Oh yeah, Magnamallow eats monsters that show up on the rampage. Kill this Magnamallow. Oh, you killed the Magnamallow? Here's the credits. Like, geez, I wasn't even at, like, rank 4 quests. In Monster Hunter fucking 4 Ultimate, it played back on the 3DS. I didn't beat the main story until, like, village rank 7 or something. And it wasn't until after that that they gave me a whole new town to walk to. So yeah, I've been working on my, excuse me. I've been working on my hub rank instead, since that seems more productive. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Monster Hunter Rise is just gonna be... Monster Hunter in general is just gonna be another rotating Monday series going forward. I think once Pokemon comes out, we're doing full saturation Pokemon both on Mondays and Fridays. Because I will not be able to put that shit down. And also tying it to streaming might actually make it... Like, it might encourage me to not play it every waking hour. Because streaming can be just a little more mentally exhausting than just playing the game is. But if I have to play the whole story on stream, then that means I can force myself to do shit like go to bed. Which I didn't do when Legends Arceus came out. I was playing that shit in bed like I was 7 playing Pokemon Pearl on my DS in middle school. No, elementary school. Middle school was when Black and White came out for me. Should finish Sunbreak. For some reason I stopped playing. It's very easy to just stop playing Monster Hunter because there's so much fucking stuff in every single game. I, too, just stopped playing 4 Ultimate and Generations Ultimate. Yeah, I'm feeling better about the Splash-O-Matic already. Hello! Ink. Sniper can't fucking see me out here. Whoa! Yahoo! Yeah, got sniped! Ooh, get bent! I'm below you. I'm a secret! Oh! Oh, that was close! Hello! Hi! I still died. Not bad! Not bad. It was like my case, I needed a break from the constant playing. Yeah! Like, it's... Monster Hunter games are so fucking enormous that, like, you can and will burn yourself out a good while before you've actually finished all the content. And that's okay. You don't need to play Monster Hunter non-stop in order to be valid. Although it does feel good when you're actually really into it. I just stopped playing Generations when I had all Monster Huntered myself out. And then Rise came out, and I felt bad because I was like, oh, I want that. It looks like a good Monster Hunter game, but I've exhausted myself of my ability to enjoy Monster Hunter for the next, I don't know, 6 months. So I just got it and then hung on to it for like a year. And then I just started playing it this fall. I'm gonna need to, like, put a hard stop on buying new video games. After I get my hands on Tears of the Kingdom, I think. Because, like, barring, like, a new main series Kirby game, which I doubt is gonna come out this soon after Forgotten Land, I'm fully expecting 2 to 5 year intervals now. Like, I just need to play shit that is on my backlog. I have a backlog. I have to use it. I want to experience it. I have stuff I already need to play. Like, this is how gamers get these backlogs, is by just buying the new game and then just not playing it because you don't have the time. And streaming was an excuse to force myself to carve out the time. And now that I am carving out the time, I'm getting stuff done. But also, I started my channel the spring before a fall of absolute bangers. This season has been oops all bangers on the Nintendo Switch. It's not fair. We have a limited amount of time on this earth. Stop taking it all from me. Please take it from me, though. I'm enjoying it very much. I want to play through Monster Hunter World. I've got, like, smaller shit. I might do a mini episode where I, like, wrap up, like, the last secret level of Helltaker since I looked up how to do that, and I was like, oh, that's what the secret thingy means. So I'm gonna do that on stream at some point. Because if I play the whole game on stream, it only seems right to play the rest of it, even if it's just like 15 minutes of it. It's a small game. It's short, it's sweet, it's free. I finished all the important shit on stream. Forgotten Land showed some potential. It showed a lot of potential. I want it to be, like... You know how Return to Dreamland was, like, the basis for the next 4 games? It's more like 3 games, but it also was the basis for all the spin-offs that came with it. But, I want that Forgotten Land to be that for the next however many games, because it's good. Trying to save up so you can resume working on your custom PC. Nice! That's a fun project. I put down some money for a special retro game purchase that's going to come into play for a big thing that I'm doing next spring on the channel that I'm very excited about. I haven't done any, like, promotional materials for it yet because I'm a lazy idiot and forcing myself to do stuff for, channel thumbnails and such has been slow going and kind of discouraging. I only just finished a backlog thumbnail for the Splatoon stream. I'm proud of the result. It's cute. Ugh, excuse me. I nuked my DeviantArt gallery today because of I just don't trust their business anymore. So I'm gonna start, like, fully migrating shit over to Coffee. Actually posting art, consistently. I'm not very good at that either. It's also a weak point of mine. As far as, like, the lists of things that I want to make new thumbnails for, like, bigger thumbnails, I only have two left, and one of them is a slightly easier idea than the other, and also the one that I just finished. Ah! Teamfire is kicking our asses, which makes sense, type advantage, and Grass has a ton of weaknesses, but I didn't expect to be one of those weaknesses. Shoutouts to Twitter's downfall. Also shoutouts to Twitter's downfall. Catch me creating a dummy account, posing as Pope Francis and saying trans rights with a verified checkmark. I'd pay $8 for that. But would I go through the effort of creating a dummy email just to do that? I don't know. I could pay the $8 to verify my porn Twitter just to piss people off. Maybe not. There's nothing on it either. Like, I don't... Like, haha funny. I unprivated the naughty account, haha funny, because Twitter's dying. But there's nothing on it. It's empty, pretty much. Like, I just flat out don't use it. I should probably just delete it. Like, I got it just for the sake of nabbing that name, because I was really proud of the pun, and I wanted to keep the handle. But, like, I don't use it. And, like, if I'm not gonna use it, why bother keeping it? And, like, that's kind of been the sort of epiphany I've had with accounts lately. Because with the whole DeviantArt stuff, like, yeah, I nuked some of my alt accounts, and not having to babysit that login information anymore kind of feels nice. So maybe I should put some effort towards that in other respects. I don't know. We'll see. Ever have hope for your new DeviantArt? Something about dusting off my Otaku and Pillow Fort. I'm also thinking about dusting off my Pillow Fort. Because between Twitter dying and DeviantArt dying, I have, what, Tumblr? I could start posting shit on Tumblr. And my Pillow Fort's been fucking dead. And probably deserves some attention. And and I have it. And the fact that I have it on hand is kind of neat. So if I'm pruning stuff from... Like, if the shit that I use more regularly is starting to die off due to bad management decisions, then I might as well just retreat into stuff that I already have, you know? It's like, oh, I need to find an alternative to Twitter, but I already have accounts on, like, a couple different ones. Like, I could make that work. Crab tank. So yeah, being an artist on the internet kind of sucks right now. I've been able to, like, get motivation to do thumbnails for VODs, and that's about it. You can always have a new tier on coffee for that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm considering it. I might just make, like, a $1 tier for, like, hey, if you want to see full res of my art. Like a mini VIP. But that's the thing. Like, you get to see all my behind-the-scenes and work-in-progress shit. Maybe not work-in-progress shit. I haven't really been posting much in the way of works in progress to begin with. Which is probably why that part of my coffee is kind of sparse. But I've been trying to ramp up more, some more, VIP streams. I've been doing a couple more. I've been doing them at all, which is different than it has been. I haven't been very good at keeping up with that, so I'm trying to change that. Even if it's just for, like, doodly shit. The concept of me going back through old VODs and adding new thumbnails and making them look nicer gave me an excuse to have a hand cam stream where I went and, like, doodled thumbnails for that. And I also, like, concepted some thumbnails for upcoming series. And I think I'm gonna do a public art stream on Monday, but there might be some, well, private stuff during the rest of the week. I'm not actually sure. Once again, haha funny employment, real adulting work. Good for the bank account, not necessarily good for the free time, which is fine. I've been playing a lot of Void Pet recently, so it's that little browser RPG with the motion creatures, because they've been adding new shit recently. They added, new additions to the game are Judgment, Greed. Greed's been in for a bit, but it wasn't catchable. Now it is. There's like a donation mechanic where you could just dump money into the abyss, and it will eventually summon Greed if the whole site pitches in enough. Judgment is out. Gluttony is out. Glee is a new one that's out. Whenever someone catches a super rare, vivid color, it spawns a bunch of Glees where Judgment would be otherwise. So that's fun. I've been grinding away at that, trying to get Judgment wishes, because I have a big one that can evolve using enough wishes, but I need the wishes first. Excuse me. Void Pet isn't, like, super... Some of these smaller browser games aren't, like, super viable for live streaming, like these full-size, full-price games are. You do wish to contribute to my stream somehow. Yeah, I might do just, like, a dollar VIP. The plan is, like, I always feel bad about, like, overcharging. Like, it'd be cool, like, having multiple subscriptions on multiple different sites is kind of a pain in the ass. And once I unlock that feature on YouTube, I only kinda want to use it for emotes. Because the idea of having custom emotes, just like on Twitch, is really cool to me for YouTube. I like custom emotes. I like having them in Discord servers. And I think it would be cool to have that in my YouTube comment section and chat logs, too. So that's just gonna be $1. And, there was something about you get more emotes per however much stuff, but I can't remember if it's number of members, number of total subscribers, or price of the thing that you're selling. I think it might be members. So if I only charge, like, if I only pick it at the 99-cent tier, and it's like, here's your emotes, and they give me 5 slots for being tiny, and then as more and more people sign up, the number of emotes I can add will increase until I run out of ideas for what sorts of things could be fun emotes for the channel. But, like, between my coffee and my YouTube, I think the maximum subscription price that would end up being would be $6 a month, $1 for YouTube, $5 for coffee, because the $1 tier on coffee, like, everything that's available through that I should also roll into the more expensive tiers, kind of like how Patreon works. And I think coffee does that anyway, because it's, like, trying to be a competitor to Patreon, which, valid. Patreon takes a pretty big cut. Coffee takes a pretty decent-sized cut, too. I could get rid of that by subscribing to their subscription service, but I don't feel like I earn enough to justify that just yet. It kind of bites when I'm, like, taking big, juicy commissions through coffee, but, I feel like I need to have more consistent stuff for coffee before it gets like that. But also with haha funny real job money, I could set aside, I mean, I could set aside money to buy a gold subscription. But that would also, I would also have to cross my fingers that I would get a big juicy commission sometime during the duration of that subscription. It's all weird. And also with, the internet exploding lately due to various poor management decisions by various site owners. Tonight in particular, it kind of put me in the mood of, like, learning how to do shit. Like, webmaster shit. And I know how to make a static website. And I use a service called DigitalOcean, which lets me, host static websites for ranging from free to a couple cents a month. Depending on how much traffic and server load my site creates. I do want to kind of try out some juicier website building, but also, I do not have a comp sci degree. I have not done much comp sci research in my own right, and I have also wasted an entire free month of this website that has these courses, for various kinds of comp sci learning. So you know what I should do? I should fucking take that website and go into their tutorials and shit and learn how computer web servers work. Because servers are the big thing that, like, eludes me. Because with a static website, you just make an HTML page. I know how to make an HTML page. You just, like, have a bunch of funky elements put together, and the CSS page makes it look all nice. But, where was I going? Servers, like, break my brain a little bit. And some of the resources I found on DigitalOcean were about, document-based servers. And I feel like it might be easier on my brain if I went ahead and learned the more basic, spreadsheet-based servers. Because usually servers are like, we store data in these, read and write, like, spreadsheet style, like, CSV files. And, like, that's... Databases are used for the kinds of sites you make accounts on. And also, like, wikis and shit like that. More complicated sites than text and picture on page. Which is what I do now. I think just... It's very intimidating. Especially because the tutorials on DigitalOcean were very... I feel like they appealed more towards people who knew what the fuck they were doing in regards to, like, computer science in general. Like, I know how object-oriented programming works. My brain is object-oriented. That is how my brain functions. I have a highly logical thought structure, and that helps coding feel natural to me. But the language, I've found, I need, like, the world's, like, biggest for dummy, like, web servers for dummies kind of tutorial. Like, I did look things up, like, grabbed some search results pages for that, and it seems like where I'm going to need to start is to just understand transfer protocols. So the transfer protocol everyone knows and loves is hypertext transfer protocol. It's the HTTP you see at the beginning of every URL. That's how they send web pages to you. But there's also a file transfer protocol, FTP, and there's one more that I can't remember off the top of my head. That was also in a tutorial thing. So I'm gonna have to look up how those all interact. And shit like that. Because, like, a lot of the comp sci classes I've taken are, like, learn the basics of coding. Make a Python script that can solve this kind of math problem. And I haven't done all that much more than that. Like, I know all the big strokes of what it means to be a web server. There is stuff in it, and the data is assigned in certain ways and labeled certain ways, like a file cabinet. And, and yeah. The more specifics about how all those files interact and why eludes me at the moment. The main reason I'm so, like, my brain is full of databases is, it'd be cool to, like, host my own server eventually. Maybe not host my own server, that involves buying a machine. And that might be a pain in the ass! Or a pain in the wallet. How'd you get up here? What the fuck? What the fuck? Did you get on a sponge or something? The main thing I had in mind is that it'd be cool to install DocuWiki on a website of mine, so I can just make my own miniature Wikipedia for, like, every fan theory, fan fiction, and headcanon I've ever come up with for every series. That would be fun! I like archives of knowledge. They're kicking our ass! I mean, I kinda hope they would kick my ass, but this fine art of how computers talk to each other is fascinating, but I'm not very good at it. Hi, die. I'm gonna just toss an egg that way. Na 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 na. La 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 la. Ah! That was not a friendly crab tank. La 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 da 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 da. Tri-Slosher's powerful. Like, if I had a database, I wouldn't just be able to, like, install a wiki. I'd also be able to manage my own little art gallery. Clout. Defender tag. Excuse me. I'm gonna run to the shell out machine, spend some of my shells. I don't have any shells. I have so many meal tickets. Like that one piece of graffiti in the plaza said. Single EXP boost tickets are less than worthless. And there's no way to get rid of them other than using them. Here we go! Surprise, ho! Crab tank. Green is the color of grass. Correct! Except when it's dead. Eat. No, keep on. Ah! Ooh, that startled me. Blasters always startle me. I don't know how much I'm screaming into my mic, but I am always worrying a little too much about my technology and whether I am treating it well, whether my stream actually sounds good on the other end. Yeah. 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 Couldn't even react. I should be able to react to that. La 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 la. Finally, some proper ass kickage on our side. La 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 la. Okay, we're mostly good on our side of the map, but not exactly. Hello. Hi. Ah! I did clean up this area first. Or just at all. I can't do anything after that because the battle's over! Whew! We won handily! Ooh, #1 turf anchor. Hello. Excuse me. A little burpy tonight. I mean, I seem to always be a little burpy when I'm on stream. Ugh. Good game, good game. That's television downstairs. Hey, look! Sex bots. Ain't that fun? Bam. And then... hide. Goodbye. The mark of a real streamer. Porn bots. Bots will be held to the same standard as anyone else. Please do not spam in chat. Your viewership is appreciated either way, though. Don't actually bot my views, though. That would likely get me banned. And I don't want that. Because that means I'd have, like, 10 years of YouTube poops locked away in my favorites folder. Lost to time. I mean, they're getting slowly purged from the website anyway, which is tragic, but I would still feel bad if I lost the playlists, because there are still good ones up on the site in my favorites that I don't know if I could find them again, were I to lose track of them. Not to mention that when I have like my favorites list, having that stuff in your favorites playlists, lets you keep track of them. Even when they go unlisted, you can still keep them in your playlists. It just means you can't find them unless you already have a direct link. And that's why my VIP streams are unlisted and not private, because, one, I don't think I can do VIP streams privately, via Coffee. I feel like that's the only kind of thing you would have to do members-only streams on YouTube. But two, it means you can invite +1s to the VIP stream if you are so inclined. And you can send VODs to your friends, even if they are not themselves VIPs. The main appeal of VIP streams is that you will be the first one to know about them when they go live, and be able to show up for them in chat. But you can bring a friend if you would like. I would ask, I guess for like financial and business sake, please don't bring too many. But like, if you bring like, I don't know, like 5 friends, that's fine. Just like don't. The idea with VIP streams is that like don't post the link to like a public-facing social media, because that's less like a +1 and more like leaking it to your friends. But if it's like in a private Discord server, go ham. Unless you're a troll who's trying to ruin my day, in which case, please no bully. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Words will break my spine, rendering me paraplegic for the rest of my life. Please don't. I do not take insults well, unless I am aware in advance that they are part of the bit. That's a new thing for this channel. I've actually had bots before. I've had a bot, like, once before on a stream a couple weeks ago, but yeah, I am starting to get noticed by bots. Which is interesting, I guess. I think they'll just pick whichever, whatever stream they can find that has any viewership at all. But also, I have any viewership at all, and that's pretty nice, all things considered. So I did mention earlier about the whole DeviantArt controversy with their AI system, and people are struggling to find a new place to be, and how being an artist on the internet kind of sucks right now, and it's hard to develop motivation. Making videos has actually been kind of decent motivation. Like, the thumbnails that I've been making have been more fan art than I've done in a long time. Even, like, the kind of shit ones. The most recent one, the Splatoonification of that SpongeBob meme, is full detail. That's more detail than I usually put in a lot of thumbnails. And it's the first piece of, like, full fan art that I've done in a while. And it feels good to do that kind of stuff. And so what I need to do, I think, is, manage my motivation for art assets that I use, that don't just, like, show up on, like, art sites. Like, I don't just post it outright, but stuff that can, like, be used for my videos. And, like, let that be what I do going forward. Make my videos an excuse to make more fan art. Now, I would ideally like to be able to work up that motivation for the relevant thumbnails before I stream the stream that I am associating those thumbnails with. Although one of the appeals of streaming to me is how off the cuff it is. That I can just pick up a game and do it. Like, yeah, I did a lot of prep work. I had to make my avatar and make my layout and get the capture cards and set all that up. But, like, once that's all hooked up and plugged in and paid for, like, ouch! That's, it's easy for me to just, like, click the go live, like, make the broadcasts and go live. And thumbnails are another layer of preparation behind that, which is why it's easier for me. It's easier to do it off the cuff when your thumbnail is simple. So I knew I was going to do a Splatfest stream tonight, and I was originally thinking about drawing something. Ow! Fuck you! That hurt! I was originally gonna do something, like, drawing it, but then I, like, decided that it wasn't really worth the effort or time. So on one hand, it was one less thing to draw, but also it means I didn't get to use that as art motivation. And so I just pieced together existing assets. I took the official Splatfest artwork made by the Splatoon artists for this fest, and I slapped a bunch of Pokémon official art over it in a way that I felt was compositionally pleasing. And I hue shifted the Splatoon 3 logo to match the greens. It's not quite of a match, but that's because the Splatoon 3 logo is a neon hellscape. Just how I like it. And, I'm dead. Is that an end zap? Yeah. I'm kind of just rambling, but kind of what this stream is all about. I want to start making thumbnails that I can reuse. Like, have the big, artsy, like, high-effort ones cover, like, an entire series. So I can just, like, pick up a game and stream it whenever I want, which is the main appeal of streaming to me, is streaming, making content for a video game, feeling like I'm being productive and not just wasting my life away, by actually sharing it with y'all and getting to talk to y'all about it. And I feel like a single thumbnail for a whole series is gonna make that a little more accessible to me. And it also means I'll have less to do with, like, predicting what's going to happen in that stream. So if I, like, when I was first starting out, I would make thumbnails. I would put a lot of I would make some high-effort thumbnails, but they would involve things that, like, milestones that I expected to meet in the stream, and if I didn't meet them, I'd feel kind of bad about them. So, like, one of them, was the, I think I called it, like, a grab bag that night, but after the fact, like, because I didn't turn on, like, it was just like, oh, yes, it's a Pokemon grab bag, but that night, instead of doing, like, a full grab bag of me not really thinking straight, I just hyper-focused way in on, Pokemon Legends Arceus, so I just made it another Legends Arceus, stream, I renamed it and changed the episode, but I still haven't changed the thumbnail. So I still have the Pokemon Trading Card Online logo in the thumbnail. And there's really not much meaning to it. And, like, the idea I came up with it, cherry picking, since we were hunting for Cherubi that day, the idea is cute. The idea I came up with is also, like, a full-ass painting with, backgrounds. And I know I can, like, pare down the detail and make it more like a loose impressionist look to it. Ah, I'm dead. So that's gonna help in, like, but it's still kinda huge. And, with other stuff, like, so that's kind of stuff about, like, thumbnails with me trying to predict. And then there was me guaranteeing that I would finish Kirby in the Forgotten Land, but, I started sucking at, the true arena equivalent. Can't remember it off the top of my head. The Coliseum. The Ultimate Cup Z, that's what it was. And, that stream went on for, like, almost 7 hours, because, I kept sucking at it, and I was getting really tired towards the end, but because I had put a ton of effort into making the thumbnail this cool layered picture of Morpho Knight's wings, Fecto Forgo, and Chaos Elphalus, I was like, I need to beat the entire rest of the game tonight. And I kind of don't want to have to do that to myself again. And as cool as the thumbnails are after the fact, I will probably want to stick with, like, full series thumbnails going forward, so there's less pressure on me. And I can, like, edit the thumbs after the fact, but I'm not gonna, like... I don't think I'm gonna go as grandiose as I did with the Forgotten Land thumbnails. I feel like that might just be a little too much for the kind of operation I'm running here. It's cool to have these grandiose thumbnails, but I think having, like, unique pieces of art for a specific video, I think I'm gonna have to start saving that for, like, video game remixes that I have worked on for a long time, because those are already the kind of videos that take ages to make anyway. So, what's another month to make the thumb? Whereas with streaming, I am on a schedule. I want to play certain things on certain days, and keep up with my schedule and be consistent and not be so consistently late, because the structure of getting out of my own head and setting up and going live, it helps me keep my head on straight. I definitely have a lot of perfectionist tendencies, and I procrastinate a ton. And those things combined, like a lot of it is like gifted kid syndrome, like this weird cocktail of being ADHD, autistic, reasonably skilled at my creative hobbies, and that skill existing because I wanted to create cool things, but I also wanted those cool things to be as good as possible. And so that often tends to... and I don't think it's exclusive to my particular cocktails of neuroses and neurodivergences, but I feel like growing up an undiagnosed gifted kid does play into that a little bit, and people like me, and people who share that experience with me of being your own worst enemy, piled on top of my executive dysfunction that makes me not want to start things if I don't feel like I can do them in a timely way. And that's why, like, my actual serious creative projects kind of languish in the background. While streaming is more off the cuff. I know I'm starting to loop back in on myself in terms of topics, but, like, forcing myself to keep a schedule like this, no matter how loose or unrefined the resulting content might be, kinda helps me sort of combat that perfectionism. It's a good balance against all of this, like, all of the piles and piles of unfinished works in progress that I have. And so it, like, gives me, like, a thing to feel good about. Because, like, one of the things that makes me feel the best about myself is productivity. And both, like, live streaming games to an audience and creating, like, fully finished pieces of art that you release only once they're done. Both of those are forms of creating. But one of them is a little, like... Streaming is, like, the gesture drawing. Like, streaming is gesture drawing. A fully edited, finished, like, all-in-one-go video is, like, a full, complete, like, painting or illustration. And sometimes you do just need to suck it up and, like, sketch something out and just get it out there, even if it sucks just a little bit. Like, I understand the desire to make things suck as little as possible, but sometimes you will be your own worst enemy, and you have to allow yourself, you have to forgive yourself for not being perfect. You have to forgive yourself for sucking as much as the average human does. Because if you don't, you'll reach a point where you might not be able to release that content at all. And then that's like... I'm getting very CJ the X here. I recently watched a video of his where he was going on and on about this specifically, and it was about perfectionism, because that's one of his big shticks. It was the Cardinal Art Sins video, I think. It was like the 5 deadly sins. Did he have 7? Oh no, it was 7 deadly sins, because he related each single one, and like, perfectionism was tied to pride, I think. And how, like, perfectionism, like, even if you my experience of perfectionism is I want my thing to be the best it can be because I love it. And it's my baby. And I want it to succeed and survive. But, like, it's like smothering your kid. And you are also, like, eventually you just have to let it grow wings and stand on its own, let it stand on its own 2 feet. And, hot tub bikini streaming Fortnite is like drawing the Mona Lisa is what I've learned. Incorrect. Hot tub bikini streaming is like doodling dicks in the corner of your homework because you're bored. Entirely valid pursuit. Actually, it's not like doodling dicks. It's probably doodling, like, literally anything else. Hot tub bikini streaming Fortnite. Has anyone ever combined, like, the bikini hot tub streams with Fortnite streams? Like, has anyone ever, like, gotten into, like, a skimpy swimsuit and gotten into a hot tub and then just, like, played Fortnite from the hot tub and that was the stream? Because that sounds like a really funny gimmick. Because I know those are, like, 2 big categories on Twitch, and it'd be funny if someone combined them. Because, like, the whole appeal of, like, the hot tub bikini thing is, like, it's a workaround for their NSFW policy, so, like, camming without actually camming. Because Twitch is, like, not a porn site, so it's restrictions on that kind of stuff are weird. And that's, like... But, like, if you add Fortnite to that mix, like, it kind of changes the whole game. Because now you're spoofing the whole hot tub bikini category by combining it with gaming. Like, now it's almost like the Ice Bucket Challenge, or like a speed run. How well can I do in Fortnite while I am inside a tub of very hot water? I know of 2 streamers who streamed games in bikinis, and I wish I had a good enough body for a bikini stream. I gotta work on that. Nothing wrong with self-improvement. So, streaming in bikinis, respectable. I can respect that. Have they done it while also in a hot tub, is what I'm saying. Like, to me, the bikini itself is not a challenge. Like, that's just, like, showing off your body and combining it with gaming. Fine, cool, whatever. The appeal of combining hot tub bikini streams and Fortnite as a gimmick, to me, was the challenge of playing Fortnite while partially submerged in water. Because, specifically because water and electronics do not get along well. So how do you get around... What kind of setup? It's like you have to put together your whole setup. Like, you have to put a lot of thought into that to make sure your important electronics don't get wet. Is there a splash guard between the tub and the monitor of your computer? Are you playing with controller? Is that controller waterproof? Are you holding it over the tub, over the water? Is that too risky? Would you have to lean forward, like, over the tub, so that you're only really in the water from your hips down to make sure the controller doesn't fall in? Like, you don't strictly need to be in a bikini. It could be any swimsuit. If you were really ballsy, you would be in the hot tub in a full set of clothing. Like, non-swim clothing. That'd be funny. That's always funny. Weird shit like that is funny. Fuck it, get in a hot tub in a full three-piece suit. Why not? Ow. Ended up having some technical difficulties. Gee, I wonder why. Mario Kart in a hot tub, but he was doing it as a bit. See, yeah, that's the whole thing. It feels like a bit, but I like bits. They're fun, they're silly. And to me, those kinds of silly, goofy bits and challenges, either genuine challenges or silly challenges, are kind of the lifeblood of streaming. I've talked about Failboat a couple times on stream before, because I like his content. And he doesn't just play video games, he'll, like, do silly challenges. Like, one of the things he's done was, he likes to glitch Kirby Star Allies. Or he likes to glitch games in general. So one of his things lately he's been doing a mod for Kirby Star Allies, which turns off animations, and this, like, has weird effects on gameplay, but also weird fucky effects on the characters' textures themselves. So some of them look horrifying, and it's very nice. It's very fun. It's very silly. But, like, challenge-related stuff, he mentioned doing After Alterna. He did that for the bonus level in the Splatoon 3 story mode. But it's not... He didn't just go and play After Alterna. He was... I'm going to play After Alterna, but every time I die, I'm going to give away a hint of a gift card. He gave away several gift cards, and he gave away, like, chunks of their codes, like, their codes and information about where they were to every time he died, because After Alterna is a really difficult level. Where I would just be playing After Alterna for the sake of playing it. So he would do stuff like, Kirby in the Forgotten Land. He would rig up, like, a Twitch Plays Pokemon style, chat controller to the second player. He has done a lot of challenges where every time he dies, he would buy a certain thing, like... It was the announcement for Kirby in the Forgotten Land, where if the little figurine... If Kirby stuffs a car in his mouth, he has to buy $300 of Kirby merch, and that's what he ended up doing. He went on to Etsy and bought a bunch of fan merch. So, like, that. Like, it's not, like... And I definitely feel like you have to kind of do stuff like that to stand out. I haven't gotten to, like, standout stuff, because right now, I like just playing the games. I like just booting up a game and talking over it for however long I feel like. And, it's all well and good. There are some of the things I would like to get into that are more streamer gimmicky are more interactions with chat. But like I said before, I need more chat to do stuff like, make sure I can fill lobbies with, if I post a link on screen. Make sure I can, like, coordinate well if I'm doing, just, like, multiplayer stuff with chat. But I feel like I need a bigger chat. So one of the big things I have are Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword, Max Raid Adventure, Shiny Hunts with chat. But I don't have enough chat for that. And it's going to get to a point where, because Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are coming out very, very soon, those are going to be kind of obsolete. So, like, the new big thing will be, come join me on Terrastal raids, excuse me. I feel like you can get away with retro Pokemon, because it's not retro. Sword and Shield is not retro, it's just a single generation out of date. Retro is... God, the thought that Black and White is retro now kind of breaks me a little bit. Even though I was 11 when the hype cycle for that was happening. But, older Pokemon games, even if it's just a generation out of date, like, the appeal of the whole, like, hey, chat, come join me on these raids, isn't just, oh, you're playing Sword and Shield with me. It's, we are hunting legendaries together, and I will hunt this same one until I get it shiny. And so, the same person could hop into the stream and get, like, 5 copies of Lunala if we play our cards right. And of course, I'm always opening myself up to the possibility that I'm gonna get someone on the team that's gonna throw on purpose. But I don't really see the appeal of throwing on purpose, because Max Raid Adventures are already pretty difficult, and if you help me win, you also win. You can get free shit, and that free shit includes legendary Pokemon. And if you have Sword and Shield, you probably, after Scarlet and Violet are out, you probably also already have Scarlet and Violet. And once home support comes out for it in 2023, you can take those legendaries and put them into Scarlet and Violet. I think. They're doing another limited Pokedex thing, and Scarlet and Violet looks so fucking good from, like, just a pure gameplay concept and perspective, that I'm gonna get them even though they're, like, they've cut out a lot of stuff that I loved from Pokemon, but they've added enough stuff back in. Like, they've added enough new stuff back in that I can't, like, I don't want to skip it. So I'm gonna start buying Pokemon less like I feel like I'm obligated to because I'm a Pokemon fan. Although that's still kind of part of it. And buying Pokemon games more like I'm buying the next whatever game from another franchise. The next Monster Hunter, the next fucking Mario game, I don't know. So, like, I still deeply love Pokemon. Core memory, core chunk of my identity. I cannot just get rid of it. But also I have multiple generations to fall back on if, like, I'm starting to get to a point both in how I feel about Pokemon's management and just in a general point of my life and financial stability, that even though I am still on the grind of buying every single Pokemon game, like, if I'm getting Violet. I did skip Let's Go. I skipped Let's Go because I just felt like that was an insult to the series. And the only time I would even consider getting it is to get a Mew in Shining Pearl. And I have a bajillion older Mews that I can transfer forward once I fucking set aside the money for the home subscription. So yeah, my usual habit would be I need to buy at least one game from every generation. And it's not just, like, at least one of every generation, but at least one of every main series paired versions. So, Scarlet and, like, Ultra, like, Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. Like, the remakes and extended versions as well. This is why I got the Sword and Shield DLC. But I am also reaching a point where, like, psychologically, internally, even though I have yet to break the chain, aside from Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee, but I don't really consider that a break because I don't consider them main series. I guess I'm still that bitter about it. I'm just like, no true Scotsmaning these dinky little titles, but that's because I can still consider Go a tertiary spin-off. That's, like, it's fun to fuck around in, but I don't really, respect it as much as I respect, like, the TCG and the anime, and, like, there are also other better spin-offs. Like, I know we only get a Mystery Dungeon game every century, but I'm still happy when we get them, because Mystery Dungeon is my favorite series of Pokemon spin-offs. I was going on a tangent. I don't feel obligated to buy every single new Pokemon game. I feel like I'm going to start judging them and evaluating them based on their merits. And all things considered, I probably still have pretty low standards for them because I love the monster taming genre. Pokemon got me into it, and because... God damn it. Pokemon got me into it, but Pokemon was also the biggest one, and for so long it was the highest quality. So if you ever wanted to, like, dip out and play a different monster tamer, you would have to accept... Sometimes you'd have to accept kinda mid games. Sometimes these kinda mid games would only be mid in a few really specific circumstances, and the rest of the game was an absolute banger. And now I'm sort of... In recent years, I feel like Pokemon is starting to fade back into the background noise of the overall monster taming genre. And because of that, like, I am not buying Scarlet and Violet necessarily. Like, when I bought Sword, like, internally the feeling was, okay, I really don't like what you did with Dexit. You're on thin fucking ice. If you do this again, I'm not going to buy the next Pokemon game. But with Scarlet and Violet, the game itself looks like such a fun spin on the Pokemon formula that it's not falling into that category of I am not buying the next Pokemon game, because I am not treating it in my mind like I am buying the next Pokemon game. I am buying a video game that looks pretty interesting and might be worth my money. That does still, in my mind, count as, like, a little bit of a fall from grace for Pokemon. But, they're still getting my money, so... Like, whatever comes after Scarlet and Violet would have to, like, really suck. Because I got Sword and was like, yeah, if you do this, if you don't fix this Dexit shit, you're on thin fucking ice. But I loved Sword and Shield. It was, like, the first time I put over 200 hours into a single Pokemon game since, probably since Black and White. Probably since Generation 5. Because I have, like, under 100 hours in X and Y, in my copy of Y. I have, like, maybe no more than 120 hours in Alpha Sapphire, if that. Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon are both hovering around, like, the 60-70 hour mark. Sword was the first time I put in that many hours into a single Pokemon file in a long time. And the structure of the wild area really contributed to that. I really like what they did with the wild area. I really liked picking up stuff off the ground and, like, selling that and turning that money back into stuff for the... I really like the customization options. The new hair colors and eye colors and clothing options. You put a cooking mechanic in a video game and I fall in love. That's just how it works. I liked picking apples up off the ground and then putting them in my curry. I enjoyed the raids. I enjoyed the even if I didn't actually want the Pokemon I was raiding for, I enjoyed getting the candy rewards. Because then I could put that, like, towards EXP for my regular Pokemon. I liked the EXP, the inclusion of EXP candy. It's... So, Scarlet and Violet is, like, pushing that in a slightly further in that direction. We had, Legends Arceus, which I absolutely adored. I loved crafting Pokeballs. I loved catching stuff outside of battle. I love sneaking up on Pokemon to increase my chances of capture and capturing them by smacking them from behind. Just cool shit like that. Even though Legends Arceus was extremely rough in a lot of places, it was such a departure. It still had a lot of stuff that I loved about Pokemon, but it was a departure from some basics of Pokemon into some basics, not some basics, but into some features of other games that I had really enjoyed. I've been really enjoying the Breath of the Wildification of a lot of video game series and genres. Because, I feel like Breath of the Wild is a really good baseline for fucking open world shit. Where you can just pick up stuff off the ground. They get that whole sort of Minecraft and Monster Hunter feel in there too. Shit rules! And Scarlet and Violet are leaning in that direction. You can craft technical machines and get materials from the Pokemon you defeat. They also added in a feature that has been in other RPGs before. I can't remember if it was only Earthbound, if Earthbound, originated it or not. But, if a Pokemon is weak enough, you can send out your Pokemon and just defeat it instantly and get that EXP. And that fucking rules! That was a fun feature to see in, when I was, playing Earthbound for the first time, but seeing that in Pokemon is super fucking cool. I think Pokemon really benefits from that mechanic. More so than other RPGs, in my opinion. Because Pokemon involves filling the Pokedex and catching a bunch of different Pokemon, and having an easy way to grind those party members up to higher levels is nice. Also, crafting for technical machines specifically feels like the best way to handle crafting in a Pokemon game set in the modern day. Because with Legends Arceus, it made sense that you had to make your own Pokeballs because they were new tech, and because of that, they were simpler pieces of technology, and because they were simpler pieces of technology, it's probably easier to make by hand. Whereas, as of the main modern eras that the main series games are taking place in, Pokeballs are complex enough technology that just making them yourself out of apricorns doesn't seem super feasible for, the children protagonists. So, I wouldn't mind if Pokeball crafting just wasn't there. Or, but also, you could still manage to make it crafting, because, the Isle of Armor in Sword and Shield added the Cram-O-Matic, which is a pseudo crafting system, and you could put apricorns into it and it would spit out Pokeballs. So having a thing that auto processes materials, and I think it looks like the TM system does that too. You can't just sit down and pop open your portable crafting table to make this shit by hand. You have to go to a machine that can process the materials in just the right way, which makes sense in universe. And you could do the same thing for Pokeballs. I'm gonna admit, maybe I was a little hasty to say that, oh, it'd be fine if you could still buy Pokeballs at the store, but also the fact that, it's much more of these Pokemon centers are gonna be these little kiosks out in the wilderness. You could easily, they put shops inside of Pokemon centers. If Pokemon centers are these little kiosks out in the wilderness, you could just as easily have, a little thing built in to the part where you craft shit, where you craft the TMs that could also craft Pokeballs out of stuff you feed to it. And also the vibe of just, being able to buy shit there, having the store being right there, that also, it gives the same feel because it's all in one location. Love getting splats out. I'm splatting well. Splatting well tonight. This is a good fucking team. What the hell? We are kicking ass. Skate fast, eat ass. Smoke grass. Woo! I've been hitting the Breath of the Wildification of games because all the open worlds are empty and crafting just means more inventory management. This is a fair criticism. I think Breath of the Wild did it well. Monster Hunter has always had some elements of that, and I personally really liked how I personally like that. As weird as it is. And it's fine if that's not, like, your thing. And also, like, my horizons are a little narrower, all things considered. Oh, excuse me. Like, I've played Breath of the Wild for a couple hundred hours, and then I played, Legends Arceus for a couple hundred hours, and then I've played Monster Hunter for 100 to 200 hours a pop over the course of two separate games right now. I'm working on reaching that number in Rise, because I'm very much enjoying Rise right now. But, yeah. I don't really have a whole lot of, context for the Breath of the Wildification of the rest of the genres, because, like, the kind of shit where you grab a bunch of stuff and then manage your inventory of all the stuff you have. Like, I enjoy that. I like stocking up on 300 apples. I like baking 15 fruitcakes that also give me a triple defense boost. Like, I like having apple pie that can also... I don't think you can make apple pie that has any stat buffs, given how restricted the thing is. I think it would probably just turn into a fruit pie. But, like, it would boost my bonus health to the absolute maximum. Hello! Ouch. A worthy sacrifice? It remains to be seen. AKA Grandpa. That's good. So, I guess, yeah, different strokes for different folks. I probably wouldn't recommend the Breath of the Wild. Ow! Boo! Elden Ring and Genshin have been my favorite ones. I haven't played either of those, but I've heard good things about both. I do not have any new conches. Did that? Nope. Yep. It's time for a new ticket! Greens. Eat your greens! I just like making shit out of other shit. Like, I feel like that's, like, definitely my artist creative side coming out, but also I just like dumb little shitty handicrafts. Like, being able to make stuff that has utility is also, like, super cool. Because normally, like, from older Pokemon games, I'm used to finding shit that's completely useless, and the only utility you have is to sell it back to the Pokemarts. Being able to do other stuff with it is really cool. And it scratches my little problem solver brain. For example, the Cram-O-Matic in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you can use that with, stuff that you normally sell back to stuff to, the treasure items that you can sell to the Pokemarts and make money. You can use that, like, you can combine them in the Cram-O-Matic in a specific way to raise them to the next level of thing and sell it. Oh, trust me, I fucking love Minecraft. I also fucking love Minecraft. Minecraft is slightly different because of the way it has, wholly destructible terrain. Which is why it has the voxel graphics as well, because that's, like, a functionality feature. Whereas, Breath of the Wild, being a much higher fidelity game, doesn't really have... it's not a customizable terrain. You just find the stuff, and you interact with it. Minecraft is a different flavor of fun because of the building and creative aspect as well. I love crafting shit. I love finding useless shit and making it into less useless shit. Minecraft lets you do that with virtually anything, because you can just make buildings out of shit. And making buildings out of shit means you have a... God damn it! Making buildings out of shit means you have a safe place to stay for the night. And also lets you express yourself. Breath of the Wild is a little less that, but you can dye your... you can dye your outfits certain new colors. And... that requires materials. Scarlet and Violet is shaping up to have some very in-depth customization as well, which is exciting. I don't know where I was going. I feel like I lost the thread. The train of thought has derailed. Yo, Zerx, you have 301 stuff to delete it. We don't talk about. Okay. Oh, wait. Did I get new subs? Hello? YouTube, tell me notifications. I mean, I did have some from like a week or two ago. Maybe they only just, got logged in the system as a number going up. Yeah, 301 subscribers! Hot damn! Well, lads, we have hit a milestone. 300 subscribers. Will I do a special for it? Who the fuck knows? I don't have any ideas for a 300 subscriber special. Because my brain is full of Pokemon right now. And once that comes out next Friday, I'm going to be spending the rest of November on it. And probably the Mondays of December as well. Ah! 301 subscribers. Hey, I hit a milestone. That makes me feel good about myself. Thank you for the heads up, Creve. You mind if I still call you Creve even though you changed your name away from that, or would you prefer if I started calling you Daniel? Whatever. Actually, I've seen a couple Daniels in chat before. You're one, but there's also Daniel Sebald. I can't remember if he's subscribed to me or not, though. He might be. Which means I have two Daniels in the sub collection. The sub club. Neat. Yeah, I've just completely lost the thread of what I was going for with that whole Pokemon discussion. It's one thing to have opinions about the Breath of the Wildification of games in general. I'm personally very enthusiastic about the Breath of the Wildification of Pokemon specifically, because I feel like Pokemon specifically benefits from it from a game design perspective. There's no escape. We are kicking we are no longer kicking ass. I got my ass kicked. Yeah, sometimes it's unclear to me when it comes to, like, YouTube notifications. Sometimes they're a little delayed. Because sometimes I'll get that little bell up in the corner with a little red dot. And it'll tell me, you have a new subscriber. Their name is this. And I'll give you a little timestamp for that. But, the last timestamps I have from that are from 8 days ago. But I did have, like, 299 subscribers up until, like, Monday. Like, the last I checked was probably thereabouts on Monday. Yeah! Narrow victory! So either YouTube took a week to count them towards the number, or 2 new people have subscribed to me, and YouTube has not yet sent me the notification through the little bell icon. And I do know that YouTube notifications have been whack for years. I've heard many a content creator complain about it. about how notifications won't go through, and sometimes, like, if they go live, it won't show up in subscriptions. If the videos of people, their videos won't always show up in subscription feeds, although, from what I've seen, I don't think I've ever seen a video suppressed when I am on the subscriptions feed page. But there's like and that the effects of videos from people you're subscribed to not making it to you is like a feature of being on the YouTube homepage and not getting like that little my subscriptions widget on there, and I just don't trust the homepage. If any website has like a home or a for you curated page, that's like any kind of algorithmic nonsense, I just don't use it. Flat out. I've seen the customization Scarlet Violet, so hopeful that it's gender neutral. Yeah, it's exciting! At the very least, it looks like hairstyles are gender neutral, so you can have boys with feminine haircuts and vice versa, which I always love. I love gender neutral haircuts. That's fun. It's very fun. I'm happy Splatoon did it. I'm very enthusiastic about Pokemon doing it, because Pokemon has a lot of good options. And I hope it's also at least true for clothing, because there were a few options back in like X and Y and Sun and Moon that were gender locked, and some of them like were things that are like, man, I really wish this wasn't gender locked, because it's like I could still make cool stuff with the stuff you get. But the less gender locking there is on clothing, the better. Even if the clothing is cut slightly different between the selectable genders. Best case scenario, it isn't. It's exactly the same, but like, old conservative game companies can take a bit to catch up with the whole gender thing, which I've made my peace with. The fact that they're making progress at all is very, what's the word? Encouraging. It's very encouraging. Things are looking up, so to speak. Which means if they don't do it in Scarlet and Violet, they might do it in the next generation. Which is also good. But the sooner the better. That would be nice. Okay, this is absolutely a tangent that's only like 10% relevant to this train of thought, but thinking about character customization just reminded me about Feral and how much I miss it, and how much I hate the CEO for completely abandoning it and stripping it for parts to make an NFT game that nobody actually cares about, including the people who bought into it. And the customization in that game, yeah, you played as animals, but the fact that, like, there was that much customization for non-human avatar characters was super fucking cool, and I wish another game would do something like that. Like, with that many options for that many species, like, that shit ruled. And I want another game to, like, pick up that torch or something. Like, it doesn't have to be the same type of game as Feral, necessarily. But, like... I like customization. I like making characters in character customizers. Like, you saw me fuck around on episode 1 of Monster Hunter Rise. I also found out that this buddy scouting option in Rise lets you make new custom characters. So... you can design a new Palico or Palamute and make that your criteria, and then wait, like, a hunt or two, and then the buddies that Iori has scouted will all match that character customization you put together. It's super fun, it's super cool, I'm very pleased. I have a cute pink and red and white, like, Valentine's-themed Palico named Izo now, and I have a Palamute based on one of my late pets. I'm very excited. And I'm going to start making more Sparkle Dogs, because now I can have an army of Sparkle Dogs in Monster Hunter. And to me, that is just delightful. Also, I'm, like, taking I'm paying a little more attention to some of the armor options available for Palamutes and Palicos, and some of the Palamute armor fucking rules. I, recently decked out Euphoria, my, floppy-eared blue Palamute with the scar on her eye. I think it was the Adel gear, so it's like a flower that you get from Argosy trades, like points trades, as like a rare bonus item. I made Palamute gear with that, and it turns your Palamute into a blue unicorn. It's really cool. It's really fun. There's like big pauldrons on the shoulders that are shaped kind of like wings. The helmet gives them a little unicorn mane. Shit rules! Palamute armor is good! I still love the story of the guy who made a show based off his NFT AP bot, so when the guy steals the NFT, gains the rights to the characters, and ends up ransoming the NFT. Wasn't that Jimmy Fallon? I think that was not just some guy. I think that was Jimmy Fallon. Which is wild. That not only did something that dumb happen to someone, but that it happened to... something that dumb happened to someone who was that famous. Like, it's not just some guy, it is a whole entire talk show host. I only have room in my heart for one talk show host, and that is Gray Leno. Ouch. Vinny's Gray Leno videos are just so fucking weird. He's like on some surreal horror comedy shit all the time. So are all of his fan games. Mario's Mystery Meat is a core memory of mine, and I'm going to play it on the channel someday. Probably around the time I first discovered it. Like, the anniversary of when I first discovered Mario's Mystery Meat is when I'm going to play it on the channel. And I'm also going to remix some music from it, even though the music is also itself Mario World remixes. I should probably play the original Super Mario World, or Super Mario Land, before even touching Mystery Meat, so I actually know what the fuck is going on. Because Mystery Meat does some really wacky shit, and I think I would have to be at least halfway decent at the original SNES game to know what the fuck I'm doing. Just for safety's sake, so that I'm not, like, embarrassing myself because I don't know how to play a retro Mario game. I'm getting splats. I think I'm yeah! Wipe out! Hell yeah. So we're doing well in that regard. Never mind. I have zero time for any talk show host. Oh, wait, never mind. I have the time for Vinny's. Yeah. No, Gray Leno is a joke. They're like, it's a surreal, like, bit. Like, Vinny unceremoniously dropped it on the Vinesauce channel, and it is just one extended, like, horrifying fever dream. And it's just... extended horrifying fever dreams are kind of what I associate Vinesauce with now. Which I respect. I like having a consistent source for that sort of content for myself. And that is why my current Discord profile picture is meat. Ah! Ah! My nick in one server is Mario's Mystery Meat 64, and that... I considered the possibility of someone ROM hacking Mario's Mystery Meat into Super Mario 64 instead of, World? Was it World or Land? I don't know. I think it was World. And the thought of that is both horrifying and inspiring, and I'm not sure if I should make that a bucket list goal for myself or not. Mystery Meat is a ROM hack, yes. It's simultaneously hilarious, somber, and extremely upsetting. Like, it's so far in the shitpost hole that it loops back around into being a genuine work of art. And also, my perception of Mario's Mystery Meat is significantly colored by the fact that I discovered it and watched it in, like, the week following my childhood dog's passing. So I was kind of emotionally fucked up to begin with. And so everything emotionally fucked up about Mario's Mystery Meat kind of stood out to me more. So, like, it felt less like haha funny Vine Sauce meme and more an existential look into the futility of existence. Sponge is a very existential character. The bit is that he's a throwaway. He's like the throwaway third Mario brother, and he has depression. But whenever you make a piece that takes that depression seriously, it actually really hits. Like, that VOD makes me legitimately emotional. I know I am telling on myself and making myself look like a goddamn fool by admitting that, but cringe is dead. Cringe is dead, and I have a deep emotional connection with a ROM hack of a Mario game that I've never played, full of memes that I didn't know at the time, because it was like one of the first proper pieces of Vine Sauce media that I actually looked at. Like, that was around the time I was first getting into Vine Sauce and, like, starting to look at his content. And, like, so, like, Mario's Mystery Meat was, like, kind of a first impressions. So, weirdly somber, weirdly absurdist nihilist work of art. And also, my dogs had just died, and I had just finished watching Serial Experiments Lane. So, yeah, emotions were... I had a lot of feelings around then. I legitimately had to, like, just kind of sit there once the credits rolled. Because at the time, I was just looking for haha funnies to take my mind off of sad real-life events. And then suddenly, like, it resonated way more than I expected it to. Why do shitposts resonate the way they do? I don't know. Probably because Sponge and I both have some degree of depression. I mean, I wouldn't... I'd say I have some degree of depression. It was a lot worse when I was a teenager. I was grieving. And, like, that's, like, more situational depression. But, like, my long-term stuff, I'm okay. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. That shit is treated. I think I have a psychiatrist appointment within, like, a couple weeks. So, like, I'm fine. Don't sweat it. Do not let this, like... I'm not trying to guilt anyone to get into giving me money or, like, starting a pity party. I'm just rambling, and it just went to kind of a dark place. And I'm going to attempt to pull back from that by saying... I'm fine now. I mean, when it comes to, like, grieving someone or something important to you, that's always gonna hit hard, and it never truly goes away. But, like, right now I'm fine. Making my peace with these things is always an ongoing process. And that's not going to fucking stop me from enjoying life. Like, one of the things is, like, yeah, I loved those fucking dogs. And I was like, it was kind of a big turning point, because I was like, I just finished school, like, and, like, that shit was important to me. And, like, kind of, like, as thank you for them sticking it out for that long, because they were old as shit. But as thanks for them sticking that out that long, I kind of owe it to them to continue living and making the most of my life. And, like, by kind of phrasing it that way in my mind. Like, well, it's like, now I can't just give up. Now I gotta make something of myself, even though it's, like, really fucking... It's silly to say, like... Oh, I need to carry on a legacy, because I'm not really carrying on a legacy, they're fucking dogs. But... also, those are my dogs. I like those sweet little buggers. They helped to make my life worth living. Including in darker points of my life. And I think I owe it to them to keep going. Kind of silly to do that for a dog instead of a person. Oh, look for any excuse to keep living, honestly. Even if that excuse is just, I want to play the next video game that comes out. And I want to keep talking to my friends. And I still haven't made this cool piece of art that I want to make. So I have to... can't keel over until that's done. I got shit left to do on this planet before I go. And you might not realize it, but you do too. And the great thing about it is that you can make shit up. You can make up reasons to stick around. Even if it's not, like, even, like, in more granular situations. Like, oh, I have, like, things that are driving me to continue living and making something of myself and making progress with my life. And just, like, giving myself an excuse to, like, fully enjoy the planet that I live on for as long as I live on it. But, like, you can also make up an excuse to stay, like, in more specific situations. Like, if you have something, like, you're, like, feeling down about, like, maybe your art or something. Like, you're an artist, and maybe you're not super skilled, or you haven't really done a whole lot with it, and you're feeling really discouraged. But you can make up something and say, I'm not going to quit art until I make this thing at least once, and make it this well. And by the time you get around to making it, you might not feel like giving up art anymore. So it's not like... It has... that kind of attitude has more applications outside of, like, justifying your existence in a mental health context. It can also just be, like, justifying your continued enjoyment of a hobby, or pursuit of a craft, or pursuit of a specific finished work of your personal crafts. I don't know. I have completely gone off the rails in terms of rambling. I appreciate your cat visiting, even if it was only for a short while. Just like I appreciate the same of anyone who shows up in chat. He's nice. He's shaking their fizzy bomb down there. Anyway, I should probably move on from that topic, because that got a little heavy. That got a little intense. Ooh, increased freshness. Howdy, hi, diddly ho. I forgot that maxing out freshness with my main weapons, was a thing that I could work towards. Anyway, life is good to live, and I am enjoying it right now. And I'm very excited for the release of Pokémon Scarlet and Violet on November 18th, next Friday. I am also very excited about my first paycheck, which has given me the money to afford such things. Feels good, man. Saul Goodman. I will probably never watch Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad, Not only because I'm not really much of a TV person, but, like, I'm almost kind of like a speculative fiction purist, almost. Like, realistic fiction doesn't usually hold my attention. And there've been a ton of Better Call Saul memes, and, like, Breaking Bad memes. But I think I'm kinda happy just to, like, let them be memes. Like, I'm happy that there is a very serious, very well-written, very acclaimed, work of realistic fiction about really intense subjects that also just happens to have this absolutely insane shitpost culture. And I'm happy to be an outsider to that and just enjoy the shitposts. Oh, there it is! I liked that in the lobby earlier. That's precious. That's cute as fuck. Let me kick your ass! Yeah! I also died, though. Jesse, we have to solve the FNAF lore. I think that was more of a Mike voice. Kid named Finger. Walter. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da! What else do I have to ramble about? Oof, oof. Voice crackings are coming in hot. Ooh! I don't know if I've ever... Ooh, is there someone living in there? Is that someone's house? Can't tell. Might just be a shipping container. I may have mentioned it on stream before, but whether I mention stuff in, like, private Discord servers or on stream or whatever, it just all gets jumbled up in my head, so I never know when I'm repeating myself or to whom. Back in spring, I bought myself a whole bunch of Japanese imported Kirby merchandise, and my first order of that has finally shipped, and I'm very excited about it. And the other one is due to ship at the end of November. So I basically bought myself Christmas gifts an entire half year away. And I'm going to be very excited. I could unbox them on stream. It's merch of video games that I like, so it's kind of topic relevant. I'm gonna use this to, like, ink this other side of the map. What if I do this, though? Ouch! Also, yeah, you can see I changed my splash tag. I finally afforded a really cool salmon graffiti banner from Salmon Run, and, I switched out my name, or title, to Ever-Present Content Creator, because I unlocked the Ever-Present name, and I thought it was funny, because I used to, back when I was, like, young, and I didn't really make content, but I posted a lot of comments on other people's content. This was, like, between 2012 and 2015. And I would constantly get comments from people saying, I see you everywhere. And at some point I turned off, like, notifications for replies to my comments on other people's videos, because at some point I started getting into fights, and it was, like, not doing a whole lot of good for my mental health, so I just turned those notifications off. But before that, I would get a ton of comments on, like, holy shit, I see you commenting on everything, how do you do this? And I'm just like, I just comment my thoughts on whatever video I happen to be watching. Uh-oh, the variety mob has a win streak. So yeah, that's a reference to that. That's a reference to my old days of me lurking in the comment sections of various obscure YouTube poops. Yeah, I think I'm starting to warm up to the Splashomatics crab tank. I did pretty well for myself in some tower... I've been on stream. No, I don't think it was. I made a new fit that's, like, more defense-focused. It has more ink resist tokens. And, I did pretty well on, like, tower defense on... what's it called? The resort. Mahi Mahi Resort. And I was doing really well because there was a lot of lateral movement of the tower. And I was able to use the crab tank and just sit on my side of the map. And just kill, as anyone even tried to... Basically anyone who even looked at the tower. What's that? Oh, that's the Bamboozler propaganda guy! He just, like, changed it up for grass. He's like... It's like a... That's the Chad guy meme. But with Bamboozler. And originally it said Bamboozler propaganda, but he also had the grass logo around it and Team Grass. I respect that. Bamboo is a type of grass. Fun fact. Like, it's not just a plant, because Pokemon thinks grass type is plant type, but bamboo itself is a species of grass, so... Thank you, Bamboozler propaganda guy. I'm not going to listen to your propaganda because I cannot bamboozle to save my life. I think it sucks. For me, specifically, in my playstyle. If you can make the Bamboozler work, I fear you. I fear and respect your power. You fools. The Splashmatic has incredible ink coverage. Ow! I died. You know, I did start late, but I'm going late, because I'm just having a grand old time, just fucking yammering into the mic while I splat. Zerx is throwing by looking at TF2 sprays. Yeah. That sounds like something I'd do. Now, if I actually played TF2, what I'd actually throw by doing is constantly congaing everywhere. I mean, I did a really good push that last little bit, but we still lost. God damn it. I suppose I did throw after all. Keep going! I feel the need to run out every single battle in my meal tickets. Which is why I'm still playing. Because I got my big ol' whole team EXP boost. Wow, wow, wa-da-da-da. I think the main thing is I don't want to reach ruler again. Another round of fins in the air. I may like Till Depth Do Us Part better, but it's still a good track. Who is that? Oh, that's Harmony holding an Oddish. Honestly, of all things I could throw in Splatoon for, I'd rather throw by, like, being live on stream and going up to a piece of Splatoon graffiti and talking about it. Also, you know how I mentioned throwing on purpose earlier in the stream? Like, I guess way back when I first started streaming. Shiver cannot be allowed to win again. I know I am on her team. Please kick our asses. You need to absolutely thrash us. She can't keep getting away with this! Although I guess for me it's kind of a win-win, because if we do win, I get seashells. I get the super sea snails. If we lose, it means someone other than Shiver will win for once. Kinda wild that I've been on Shiver's team twice, simply due to my honest answers to the Splatfest questions. But, of the 3 idols, she's technically my least favorite. I am learning to love her, and I still do quite like her a lot, but she still remains my least favorite of the 3. I'm a big fan of Fry and Big Man. I find Fry very relatable as a person. That kind of, like, upbeat, cheerful hyperactivity. I mean, like, it's not super directly reflective of me, I guess. But, like, it's a fun persona to embody. And I don't really, like... I guess I don't really show off much of that on stream. I'm a little more chilled out. I'm a little more like myself. Because there's only so much off-the-cuff rambling you can do in, like, a slightly affected character. Like, at some point, it just becomes you. And it's fine. Sometimes you just have to pop open a video game and have a parasocial slumber party with your subscribers. Thought you said you were odd. No, I said I am oddish. I mean, I am pretty odd, but, like, that just kind of... I felt like that was self-explanatory. Like, I don't really need to tell someone to make that obvious. It is self-evident. My back feels weird. Is it because I've been sitting in this chair for so long? Ooh. Ooh. I might need to stretch that out after stream. Ooh, a level up. I want to spend the shell at the shell out machine. Give. Yeah. Boo. I don't need meal tickets. What's at the shops? I haven't checked the shops today. Yo, welcome to Not Couture. Oh, sick! I've never seen anyone as fresh as you. You're like too fresh. Are you even sure you want to shop here? Don't scare him off. There's nothing new I want. You were here. Good. Welcome to the Mana Wardrobe. The day has come. You have become fresh enough to impress even me. Will you become the next great fashion icon? I will do everything in my power to make it so. Thanks, I guess. Octo Aloha. Crimson Parachute would come with an apple ringer. Do I have to buy that myself, or is that Apex Sweater? Your crustacean. Dang! The sheer freshosity coming off your feet is mind-bedazzling. I surrender! Just playing, but you are one fresh fiend. What can I do for you? Nothing at all, because you are perfect. I love you, Mr. Coco. Hands. The ejects are not perfected yet. It's like Squid Stitch slip-ons. Oh, they're like a squid-shaped houndstooth. I kind of like that. But I don't like them on shoes. That's the thing. I would think that'd be cooler as like a houndstooth sweater in Squid Stitch. Do I want to max out my Force reboots? They're some pretty cool shoes, but do I care that much? Actually, wait. Harmony has a catalog level up for me. I'm not going to make a heart symbol. Okay, yeah. Give me the box. That's not what I wanted, but okay. Salted munchy snacks. Yes! I want a can of Pringles from my locker! Fuck yes! I want a holographic sticker. It's expensive. Walnut wood locker? Yes, I want new locker colors. But also that's very cool. Oh, I am now no longer rich enough to... get the holo sticker. But the new locker color was important, and so were the fucking Pringles. I'm gonna buy another. Little buddy's a growing fish. He needs the food. He needs the calories. I have 12 more fights in this meal ticket. Ciao, doggy! Ooh, 10 times battle. The Variety Quartet. Y'all just don't even get a title. Oh well. Sucks to suck! Oh, hello! A bamboozler! Well, well, well. Rush mid! Rush mid! Rush mid! Yeah! You do that thing he does. Lich, you just kind of... Yeah, double splat! Triple kill! That's how I like it. Ooh, and the last one's a sniper. Who said you were allowed to go up there? Who allowed such a thing? I did, by not splatting you when I had the chance. Have fun. Bye, bitch! I just wasted your time. Ow! Maybe not. Dude, that was a pretty clutch snipe. I can respect that. I'm kind of a mid sniper. As much as I love the E-leader, I am not necessarily good with chargers. Get some more base inked up a little more thoroughly. Ooh, oh, they're a squiffer. No wonder they're no, wait, that's our bamboozler. Never mind. I was about to say, what the fuck is that noise? I thought we had a splat charger to deal with. Hi, suckers. Hey, slut. Ouch. Oh, I got double teamed by a tank and a stamper. Bye. Hey, Boozler. Follow me. Maybe not. Fuck. Shoutouts to Crab Tank. All things will become crab. The carcinization of military equipment. Attention-sinking painter. Hey, I'm one of those too! I think one of the things I've always loved about Splatoon is that even when you lose miserably in Turf War, it's still fucking fun as hell. I pretty consistently have fun in Turf Wars, even if I'm just absolutely getting my shit thrashed. Thanks for coming to the stream. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a decent night. Enjoy sleep. Enjoy chilling. Enjoy the rest of your night. If you choose not to hang out, or if you do. Either way, 'tis fine. Thank you for your patronage. One of these days I gotta run some kind of stream, either like maybe like a mini donation, like super chat commissions or something, for like really dumb art requests, because super chats, I actually learned I've never actually given a super chat, but I tried to give one time and gave up on it. And you have a character cap, you have a character limit depending on how much you pay, and so if more money gives you more characters to work with, then that means more money also lets you commission more complex shit, which makes super chat commissions kind of a fun stream idea. And I was thinking just now how funny it would be if I like welcomed people to my new people showing up to my stream. This is a fun color combo, but we are fighting against ourselves. Such a nice shade of green and this glowy effect. It'd be funny, like, welcome people to my stream like a shopkeeper. Because, like, if I'm like, oh, yes, this is super chat commissions, because then I'm selling something. But I, like, go full-on salesperson. One stream I could make it could be like a spam bit somewhere in there. I think that would probably have to come after I play Deltarune Chapter 2, though. But also, I was thinking, just, like, the way I signed off with that one chat member just now. I was like trying to think of like how do shopkeepers and like retail people say goodbye again? I know there's like some specific turns of phrase, but the only thing that could come to mind was like the Japanese phrase for welcoming people into the shop, which is irashaimase. And I was just like, that's not right. That's not correct. That's, first of all, like, that's the opposite of what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to say hello, I'm trying to say goodbye. And also, I'm not selling anything right now. So, what the fuck am I doing? But then I realized that it could be kind of a fun, silly idea for some other stream in the future. La 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 la. Whoa. Farewell. I'm dead. So, I see sometimes where people will just have like, yeah, yes, message retracted. And, like, I'm not calling you out or anything. And I've been considering, putting a chat log inside of my stream. Like, live on video. But also the way that's gonna record, like, if it takes you a little bit to retract a message, then it might show up for a split second on my stream, and that almost makes me want to not put, like, a chat widget in my stream. Like, that almost feels rude to certain chat members. And so now I'm torn about it. My avatar isn't working? Oh, yeah, yeah, sometimes I lean too far out of frame, because it's my phone, and it's, like, vertical. And, if I try to do it horizontal, like, this app doesn't have a horizontal mode, and, if I turn it horizontal, I do have, a wider frame of reference, but I'm always turned, like, slightly to the right or something. Said something, I googled it, it was wrong. Yeah, I wasn't, like, coming for you or anything. It could have been anything. I figured it was, like, you may have, like, made a typo or said something, like, stupid, or, like, sent something before you finish typing it, and, like, some people, like, might retract a message in chat because they feel bad about it, and if I ever do go through with, like, a chat widget inside of the video, so I have, like, a little more editing freedom while still keeping chat around, I don't, like, if someone retracts a message because they feel bad about it, I don't want that, like, adding that widget to my video to, like, have the potential to make people feel worse, you know? I could just wait until I have a bigger following, and, until I have a bigger following, and that's, therefore, chat moves faster. Because once again, I'm going to bring up Philbo. He has a chat widget on screen. And, but, like, one time I stumbled across, like, another, like, VTuber with, like, almost no views, and I don't think I had gotten started, I think I was just kind of browsing YouTube, and they had a chat widget, and, it was decently sized, and, it was actually a simul stream, so both Twitch and YouTube messages would pop up in it, which I think is a neat little feature. I think that's cool for, like, making everything make sense. And I think I was the only one there. Like, we had some conversation. Like, they were playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, and we had some conversations about our play styles, and, like, some Pokemon lore here and there. And, like, my messages were, like, very prominent on the screen, because it was a decent-sized widget, and it was, like, OBS layout where they had just, like, it was, like, a chill chat thing, so, like, the chat widget was like a big old billboard right next to their avatar. And I was like one of the only people there, so I was kind of hogging chat. And, like, if I said something dumb and wanted to take it back, I don't know, like, I imagine, like, the ways you would implement those kinds of widgets would also read if this message is retracted, but that does still mean that kind of shit's gonna stay in the VOD. It will retract, like, a split second later, like, but that does mean, like, I mean, if someone does that to be, like, naughty or something, or say some, like, heinous shit without getting bonked for it, then, like, that's rude, but also, like, there is a word filter on my YouTube channel to keep people from saying slurs in chat, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. They can see me now. it's just like, some people have anxiety, and some people want to disappear into a crowd if they're in chat. They don't want to be singled out. And it's a lot easier for me to single people out when chat is moving this slow, when I have, like, a following of only a couple hundred people and only 1 to 6 people show up every stream. And that makes it harder for people to blend into the background, so they just kinda can't really say anything in chat if they want to keep lurking. It just means they have to shut up, and that's not always fun. It's not always fun shutting up. Sometimes you have so much shit in your soul that you just gotta let it out. Okay, gonna go right now. Goodbye. Goodbye! Enjoy life. I'm gonna continue my ramble for whoever's listening. Ouch. Where was I going with this? Basically, people who say things and then get anxious about it and, like, retract it. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it would have a chilling effect on people who would say dumb shit and then retract it, because the evidence is there in the video. But it would also, as an aside, Agent 3? That's an interesting tag. Where was I going with this? Get someone... It would also have a chilling effect on people who have anxiety. I mean, people who are anxious and are just kind of hanging back in their live stream. Like, I only name people if they are in chat. If I see their username pop up in the chat log. And I feel like going into my viewers and, like, welcoming people by name. One of the things I, like, saw something that was like, consider checking to see who is looking at your stream and welcoming them by name. And then I saw some comments on this and said, absolutely do not do this ever. This is so awkward and weird. And I kind of agree with the latter person about, like, singling out people who just show up. Like, on one hand, it can make some people feel welcome, but on the other hand, if someone wants to lurk, they should be allowed to. And so, like, I'm gonna respect the lurker's privacy and not go out of my way to figure out who's watching if they're not actually talking in chat. So, putting a widget into my video, into my OBS layout, would kind of have a chilling effect on lurkers wanting to say anything, at least until I have a bigger following and I have a faster chat. So if chat is moving fast enough, then, like, their messages can disappear into the background a little more and just kind of join the fuzz, join the static. Now that I've thought it through a little bit and just kind of, like, rambled out my feelings, just, like, going through them live, I'm not sure if I feel so bad about the widget anymore. Like, the reason I brought up Failboat earlier is because his widget is, like, down in the corner, and the font is big, and the widget is very short vertically, so, you can only see a couple messages at a time, and his following is big enough that his chat moves fast. So if you're lurking, you can say stuff and it's off the screen pretty quickly. Whereas, I mean, I guess I could include a system where my font's a little big so that the chat messages are nice and big and obvious, but, they're nice and big and obvious, but, like, that means the next chat thing will push it further off the screen. Because, like, in video, like, once it's gone, it's gone. Like, then the log is there. And also it gives me freedom to, like, cut slow bits out of VODs. If it's, like, if I need to, like, there are a couple things in older VODs where, like, I, like, take a split, like, I have a dinner break in, like, my first ever stream, I think, in my debut stream. There were a couple times, tummy hurt, the tummy hurt stream, I had to split for the bathroom a couple times, and I would be in there. It would just be stretches of me doing nothing, and stretches of where I'm, like, not even on the screen. And it'd be cool if I could, like, cut those kinds of short breaks out. But because I don't have the chat inside the video, it would delete the existence of chat altogether, and that's a pain in the ass! Which is why I have consideration for... Which is why I'm considering the whole in-video widget. I don't know. It's something to think about. I feel like I don't really need to pay attention to what, like, how lurkers feel about saying something and running, because if they're lurking, they're just gonna not say anything. And if they want to say something, I imagine the point of saying something is to be seen. So... I could probably go ahead and work on that widget a bit. Not soon, though. It's not very high priority. I want to make it look nice, too. I want to make it fit the theme, so I'll have to do some graphic design on the side. And pick a font. And I just don't want to slap the browser source in, just straight up. I want to make it look kind of nice. But... like... You can see me right now. Like, there's, like, some blank space right above my head in this layout. And that blank space is where I originally envisioned where chat would go. And, that is where I would put it if I eventually got around to putting it into my, fucking OBS layouts. I have a couple other layouts. For different stuff, so, like, check this shit out. You can't see anything right now, because it's not plugged in. These are a couple layouts for, Nintendo DS games. These are different screen focus, which is why they have two different colors. I have the warm border and the cool border, and in my other things, I can actually customize which one. They, sit right on top of each other, and I could just, hide or re-show them whenever I want. So if I want to have a blue border that day, I can do that. But, with the DS, each, border corresponds to which screen it is. So the warm border is the top screen, and the cool border is the bottom screen. And I could switch between these depending on what kind of DS game I'm playing, because some DS games have, like, most of the action happening on the top screen, some have most of it happening on the bottom screen, and some kind of blend it, or they're kind of a mix of the two. And, like, you can see in, like, the focus things, there's, like, a little bit of space right above the coffee thing, like, right above the, out of focus screen. And, there's some space, there's a big hunk of space right next to... right, like, above my coffee stuff, as usual. And, I should probably flip that around, and not should move the goal sheet, the goal bar below the support widget. I like having the support widget be along the bottom, but the support widget also has, like, messages that, like, flow upwards from it. So, whenever someone, wants that, whenever someone donates, their little message will pop up right there with a little jingle, and I didn't want it to obscure the bar. So even though, like, logically in my brain wants to put the bar on top of the support me on coffee widget, it would actually be better if I had the bar below it, so that it had room to have the messages kind of flow upwards. And then that big empty gap, there's a big empty gap above me on this layout, and there's also a big empty gap, on the other side of the screens, which is where I could put chat either way. But, there's a reason why, all of my other stream layouts have this, they share this kind of 16:9, over towards the right side of the screen, and I'm down in the left corner, because that's that little patch of space. Oh, that's Shiver with the grass types. Oh, she's wearing the breeder getup! That's cute, that's clever. Took up a little headband. Yeah, so that little space, I have always kind of reserved that for a future chat widget. And then there's also a little space between the coffee stuff at the bottom and the bottom of the screen. And that would be for, like, now playing this. Or, like, if I'm doing, like, a charity thing, I could do, like, donate to this thing. Stuff like that. There are little spaces here and there where I can slide extra widgets if I am so inclined. Although, like, having a now playing thing for when music is playing, I think that would be a fun thing to have. What is this? What the fuck is that? And why? Yeah. The more I think about it, the more I think that, like, people saying shit in chat is the antithesis of lurking. So, I'm feeling less and less bad about my plans for a little chat widget. I still haven't gotten off my ass to finally do it, but it's in the cards. I would like to do it. Sliding it in, getting the widget working, and, like, getting the browser source working shouldn't be too nightmarishly awful. However, it's the graphic design that's, like, stopping me. Because I want to make it look kind of cute and, like, be thematically appropriate with all the other assets I've made for my stream layouts. But, I don't actually have any ideas for it, which is why I haven't made it yet. Self-proclaimed Umibozu, that's an interesting title. Here I come! I always have ideas for everything that I want to implement someday, but a lot of them end up in development hell because my entire brain is just a development hell generator. My brain is development hell and I am development Satan. So yeah, I am constantly hatching new plans and ideas that I never get around to. I plan to get around to them, it's just long stretches of time before I ever actually attempt it. I've been doing pretty good about having streams that don't have super huge stretches of silence and, like, nothing. So... So, like, the need for it is not super... I'm not, like, chomping at the bit to have a chat widget in my thing. I have other things that are slightly higher priority that I need to work on. And yeah. I think it's gonna be my last battle before I call it quits. So I'm starting to lose a little steam. Chat has quieted down. There's less for me to bounce off of. Starting to wear out my voice. Starting to get a little bit sleepy. Possibly time. But until then, I gotta kick ass in Splatfest! Wow, they kicked my ass instead. I got double teamed by Couple of sloshers. I got like phlegm in my throat. Why is that? Ba-na-na-na. Whoa! Slippery motherfucker. Yeah, I think the main reason I was like, yes, I am slowing down. Chat is no longer here for me to bounce off of. But I am also running out of ramble topics and also, like, the psychological energy to sustain those rambles. And I feel like the ramble is the core conceit of me playing video games on the internet. Wow, we're sucking. I wonder if, tricolor has been re-implemented yet. Ah! I think it also... No, there's 2 sloshers, 2 shooters. Na-na-na-na-na. I want the cold one. I want to crack open a cold one with the boys. Pressure. Yeah! Finally, I win a firefight. See if we can take this back, boys! Yeah! I'm not sure if that's gonna turn it around, but I did it. I got into the enemy base and got a splat. And that gives us more ink to work with. Hell yes! Not as narrow a victory as I expected. Nice! Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it quits for the night. So, until next time, stay fresh. Stay thirsty, stay frosty. Don't get cooked.